All right, birthday boys and girls for Saturday, May 23rd. We are going to look at your light and shadow energies, the balancing energy, your inner and outer, and then the connecting energies in between. See what things you might want to look at, pay attention to, be aware of. So happy birthday to those coming up Saturday, May 23rd. Hopefully everybody is well and safe and having a grand old time. And see what comes out for you folks whose birthdays are on May 23rd. We'll first have your shadow, and then your light, the challenges, and hopefully these messages will help bring some clarity, forward movement about whatever is relevant to you at this time. These are timeless, even though the intention is for the birthdays of for May 23rd. That doesn't necessarily apply. The label, title, what have you, catches your attention, then go ahead and see what comes through for you. Alrighty. Shadow on by his May 23rd birthdays. It's been some crazy wild energy. I don't know about anybody else. I know there's a bunch of stuff in retrograde. I know a little bit. There's some planetary stuff, but not a lot. Wow. You guys are quiet. May 23rd. Birthday is May 23rd. That was like 15 cards. There we go. Empress in the shadows, huh? What is the challenge to our shadow energy? What is the challenge to our shadow energy for those whose birthdays are on May 23rd? What's the challenge? We got two. Both reversed. I'm going to go ahead and leave those like that. Normally it's just one, but wow. Okay, light energy. For those whose birthdays are on May 23rd, we'll see what this Ten of Swords and Ten of Pentacles reversed. And Nine of Pentacles. So light, interesting, okay. And challenge. And connecting. Or balancing energy, not the connecting energy. My apologies, universe. You guys heard what I meant. Balancing energy. Challenges, huh? Alright, outer. Outer energy for for those whose birthdays are on May 23rd, please. The outer energy for those on May 23rd. And the inner energy, please, for those whose birthdays are on May 23rd. Just got a whole lot of interesting here. Connecting energies. We're going to start with the outer and light. And Four Witches Tarot. This is the first deck I got. So obviously, and it's the same deck. It's obviously gotten more than a little bit of use. You know what? I have a feeling, I don't know if these will be relevant. Could be. Someone's telling me. Somebody's telling me. One, please, for outer and light energy, connecting energy between outer and light, please. Now, just so you guys know, I'm not editing these for right now because I am, so if there's long pauses while I'm pulling energy and whatnot, I am just trying to get these uploaded as quickly as I can since I am so far behind. Connecting energy between light and inner, please. Light and inner. Connecting energy. Connecting energy between inner and shadows, please. Connecting energy. In inner and shadows. Looks like this may end up being a relationship. Oi. Tower card, guys. Swords, Pentacles, Tower. Shadows and outer, please. Somebody's going through some kind of major transition that does not feel like it has a lot of justice, apparently. All right. This definitely looks like it's relationship oriented, and it's not looking all too great. So this is not going to apply to everyone. So we have a lot of water here, so this may be, we have water, we have a lot of water, passion, got a bit of air. So it could be any sign. I don't really have a lot of clarification in regards to that. But this could be a water air or water earth kind of relationship. I don't usually use the bottom of the decks in these, but I am this time. Yeah. The message is pretty clear. Again, this is not going to be for everyone. This is going to be for a couple of people, one or two people maybe. So don't go running out with crazy accusations or anything like that towards your partner. But the message is fairly clear that yeah. I see third party. So maybe it's maybe in a long-term existing relationship. We have the Empress here, Major Arcana, so somebody very confident and assured in themselves. However, we also have Ten of Pentacles, which is stability at home, life, financial stability, abundance. Normally the Nine of Pentacles would be sufficient, but then we've got the Ten of Swords reversed. So I would propose that maybe this is a past energy, but I feel like with it reversed, usually it's the letting something go. The end of, and it may be with the Empress here, it could be that the feminine energy, whoever that represents, is releasing this previous perception of stability in order to release stress, anxiety, tension, maybe betrayal. I am seeing, releasing it because of betrayal, because I am seeing betrayal here, with the Justice reversed as the connecting energy between the outer and the shadows. To me, that speaks of imbalance and integrity, distrust, dishonesty, secrets, hiding, and basically somebody that's just not acting right, more or less. Nine of Cups reversed. Somebody's withholding their attention or directing it elsewhere, yet here's fast-moving, passionate, a lot of fire, a lot of rapid energy. In the light, we have Nine of Pentacles and the Lovers. So this could be representative of the existing connection, or it could be representative of the outside party. This is getting the fruits of your labor. And then, of course, the King of Swords is a very mind, thought, has a plan, is moving towards something, knows what they want, very confident, self-assured. And then we have the Three of Cups. Now, not in all decks does the Three of Cups necessarily mean third party. It can mean reconciliation. It can mean partnership. It can mean all kinds of things. In this deck in particular, if you look very closely, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is the shadows of one male figure, and they're all dancing. One male figure and two female figures. This particular deck, it is specifically two women, two females, one male. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be one male, two females. It could be one female, two males, but this is a very specifically identified card. Yeah. And then between the shadows and the inner, Tower card. So something that's taking you by surprise is a destruction, is a an ending usually, which makes room for a new beginning. And what's really interesting about this particular tower that I've never seen on another card is there is a crown on top of the tower that is falling off. So it's a somebody, I feel like it's somebody or a situation where there is the perception of being in charge, of being in control, of being the power player, the dynamic that holds things together, and a lot of pride and ego, and they're kind of being knocked off the top there, you know. So this may be somebody who's very egotistical. The balancing energy. Six of Swords. Six of Swords, it talks about leaving the swords behind, moving into calmer waters. It could be that you could be taking some of the swords with you. So there could be a period of healing, but it is specifically about moving into calmer waters. So, you know, I don't like these messages. I don't like sharing these possibilities. And I looked at the bottom of the deck, and if we've got the Two of Pentacles, which is juggling too many things, and Temperance. which is about balance and evening, usually within. So if somebody here is juggling too many things, they are imbalanced within. They may not, they need to gain balance within, and figure out what they want. She's got the cups, the 2 cups. Normally I would not see the Temperance card in this light, but due to the reading, the energy is pretty much that, figure out what you want. Make a decision, get balanced within, and go get it. Page of Pentacles is something offered, coming in, some new offering. 9 of Swords reversed is coming out of a state of depression and anxiety and stress. I feel like this is more of an internal energy of offering yourself love, offering yourself empowerment, offering yourself the ability to move forward, move ahead, and not stay stuck in this situation. Then again, and I wanted to go deeper just to verify. We have the Fool and the 10 of Wands, which is all about burdens. So in this case, I feel like this Fool would be, I have way too many burdens, I have way too many stressors, and I am feeling like a fool because I took all this on. But those are beneath these other cards where it's like a giving to yourself. To get out of this space, this energy. And then probably whoever is going outside the relationship. If this is your story, you will know. And, I do want to offer some, we've got 2 10s. We've got the Tower. This is clearly, very, very clearly, Justice reversed. Very clearly an ending. And for whoever may be dealing with this, I'm so sorry. What I will say is that whoever this is, you got the power, honey. You have the power. You have everything there is to offer. If maybe this particular situation is falling apart, but you bring to the table that stability, that foundation, that firmness, that solidness you bring to the table, balance and equality you bring to the table, love and compassion, self-awareness, integrity, passion, and again, love. This is all you. So whoever the feminine energy, whether you're female or male in gender, you've got a whole lot to offer somebody. This is the choice that it appears, it could be you. It could be you whose birthday is on the 23rd. And that it is you if you're the masculine in this situation, and it is the feminine that is engaging in this behavior, then the same thing still applies. You've still got all this to offer. And give yourself this gift. Know what you want. Know what you want. Make that decision. Get that inner balance. Get out of this state of anxiety and depression. Give yourself the gift of stability and abundance, which is here. It's just reversed in this situation. And get that monkey off your back. Stop carrying around the burden and the responsibility. You don't need to. So, somebody's already withholding. Honey, turn that around and give it to somebody who's worth it. Give it to somebody who wants it. Give it to somebody who deserves it. Give it to you. Nobody deserves this love that you have to offer, that you've clearly given to someone else who is not bringing you anything but imbalance and suffering and stress and anxiety and withheld. You know what? Give that shit to you, because nobody can love you better than you can, and nobody can give you more than you can. So fall in love with you. Fall in love with you first. This will bring you your greatest peace. It really will. Let me go ahead and pull an oracle card for you guys. I am really feeling pretty pulled to Sacred Rebels, because between the Empress, the Justice, the Lovers, that's a lot of major arcanas and court cards. So whatever this is that's actually going on, like whichever party in this situation is stepping outside and creating this tower, it was meant to come down. You know, this is an outcome. This is something that, I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas, 2 10s, 1, 2, 3 court cards. So this situation was intended to get you out of this place, out of this energy. If we look at the decks over here, there's 1 more court card and 1 more, actually make that 2 more court cards, another 10, and another major arcana. So, you know, those are some really high level cards. Whatever this is, whoever this is, that is the recipients or on the receiving end of this third party that's in this connection or as the primary relationship, not the outside. Universe is guiding you out of it to protect you and open up doors and give you something better. And I promise you that there's lessons for your current partner or recently former partner. I mean, of course, I'm assuming you would get out of it. The universe is guiding you to get out of it. But there is free will. You can choose to stay put and try to, you know, repair the damage, figure out, you know, what took place to create this inequity and imbalance. You know, you can definitely communicate with your person, you know, and see if there's a way to salvage in a healthy, safe kind of way. A lot of times in these situations, though, there's a reason. It's just not meant to be. It's not meant to keep going for whatever reason. It could be that there's something better for each of you. It could be that your lessons, one person's lessons are coming to completion, so it's time for them to get out of that situation. It could be the other person is just starting their lessons, and, you know, by ending the situation, they're going to be guided in their own way. 23rd. Unbiased. 23rd. Unbiased. Advice, guidance for this reading for Saturday, May 23rd. Yeah, and unfortunately, there's people that, you know, sometimes will go outside their relationships because they don't recognize that they're not quite as happy. Been there. You know, where you think you're happy and satisfied and content, and turns out after the fact you realize, oh, did not really want to see how unhappy I actually was. In the world, not of it. Let's see what it has to say. And yes, I do read these, in case you haven't seen any of my previous. Okay. So, it is safe for you to become naked with life. This doesn't necessarily mean stripping off and running wild in public. I don't think we'd want to do that right now anyway. It does mean stripping back your beliefs, strongholds, and mental or emotional security blankets. A lot of those. A lot of emotional. I like the 6 of Swords better. It's a little more positive, reassuring. So that you can live with less obstruction than ever before. Imagine the conditioning that has kept life away from you, just kept it dropping out of your hands like keys, coins, or clocks. Conditioned beliefs about money, time, security, having, locking away, holding, and controlling can be surrendered and allowed to fall away. You know, that's just kind of what I was saying, where sometimes people don't recognize what their true wants, needs, and desires are. So they'll stay in a situation that feels safe, that feels secure, because they're afraid to take the risk. They're afraid to take a chance. So they'll find other ways to fulfill their desires that maybe aren't quite so scary, don't feel so insecure, so unstable. Because anything new, change is hard. Change is hard, you know, but when we don't do it with intention, the universe gives us a hand. Okay. What would it be like to feel as though you were on holiday every day? Perhaps there would be a softening in your way with life, an implicit trust in its flow, and a faith in the ability of time to bend and stretch as needed so that all may be accomplished. It is at an advanced stage of our spiritual relationship with life that we are able to feel held within it sufficiently enough to surrender our defenses layer by layer and nakedly accept what is. That relationship with self. Now, I really feel like that's more like the Temperance card, to be honest. I was going to pull out the Justice card, but I also feel like it's more the Lovers and Temperance. Because the Lovers is divine intervention, it's a divine relationship and whatnot. And maybe that's one of the reasons this person stepped outside this relationship is maybe they are meant to be with this other person. They're just not going about it quite the right way. That will have, unfortunately, consequences eventually. Karma doesn't joke. So, but the Lovers can also be the balancing of the energies within. Your divine self, your divine masculine, your divine feminine. We all have both within us. Yin yang, light dark, light and shadow. So balancing within. This oracle comes as a message to you. Sometimes we need our defenses. At other times, it is clear we are outgrowing them. There is something that you have outgrown. It has to do with your ideas about productivity, time, control, and money. Oh, that would be these right here. What do you know? It has to do with abundance, trust, and living with the fundamental belief that everything is going to turn out okay. You are ready to be much more vulnerable and exposed in life. You don't have to hide behind being organized, perfect, in control, or financially secure and stable. Nor do you need any other acceptable social face. It is time for you to loosen the strings of your own controlling nature. You know that social acceptable face where people are afraid to step outside of what already is because it feels safe and stable and secure. That 10 of Pentacles. Because it's known, it's familiar, they feel like they can trust it. A lot of times that is based on external factors. Family, friends, spiritual or religious organizations, and those beliefs and expectations, the pressures, basically peer pressure, adult peer pressure. And those constructs can sometimes, unfortunately, become so much of a burden because we aren't living in our highest self. We aren't living in our truth. We aren't going after what we actually want most. We aren't connecting with our deepest and truest inner self. And when we don't do that, we aren't going to create these tower moments because we are neglecting who we actually are in favor of these external factors. And when we neglect ourselves, we are abandoning ourselves. When we are neglecting our deepest truths, our deepest desires, our true desires, what we actually want. And I don't mean want as in lacking something, but want as in this is what helps fulfill my life. It's a sharing. It's an energetic sharing and exchange. And when we are not true to that, our subconscious will bring it forward and direct our behaviors and direct our actions and direct our choices because we have ignored some level of deeper need within. And it doesn't matter if it has to do with you're miserable at a job, but you feel like you have to stay there because you have a contract or it pays well enough to cover the bills, or you have debt obligations and you just aren't certain that you can manage otherwise. If you are unhappy and it is not really truly what drives you and you're there because you feel obligated to, you need to find something else. Because what's going to happen is eventually it is going to come out from the back of your mind to the front, and it's going to start impacting what you do. And you're still going to have this tower moment. Either universe will intervene to get you out of there. So recognize those things within yourself. And create the life you want. Not a life based on external expectations and demands and illusions, because they aren't you. Or something else that's not you. And you being true to yourself is the most important and the most valuable thing there is. You are the only one that has to live with you. You are the only one that has to live in your choices. You are the only one that has to live in your life. You're the only one that has to live with as your soul self, as your living self in this reality. No matter what you're playing, what your spiritual beliefs are, you are the only one in your body. You're the only one in your shoes. Nobody is going to live with your consequences and your choices but you. And you can choose to be miserable, or you can choose to be empowered. It's up to you. It is all about choice. What are you worth? What are you worth? So, it is time for you to loosen the strings of your own controlling nature. They are too tight and too restrictive for you anyway. You were born to live in a much freer way. When you live as you innately are, rather than how you've been conditioned to be, you will experience greater joy, freedom, and support. When you are not resisting yourself or resisting life, there is less resisting what you need as it comes to you. Isn't that what I didn't even read it yet. If you've also drawn the Oracle of Faith in the process, we didn't. So this Oracle brings a message. The message is that you are shedding. It might be an identity. This whole reading is about shedding. It might be a status symbol, such as a car, a home, or suburb, and it could be a socially admired relationship. It could be a socially admired relationship. You are shedding because no matter what the appearance of things, those old forms were too constricting for you. It's almost like your spirit was trying. Wow. Okay. Was trying to walk about in shoes several sizes too small. They were starting to pinch. The seams were ripping, and eventually they would fall apart completely. Here's those shoes falling apart. Likewise, you are being stripped of internal beliefs that are failing you, perhaps externally as well. So there's the shadows. Those can be internal or external. There's the outer energy. Somebody is withholding. I don't know if it's you or them, but somebody is withholding, and it feels like giving somewhere else. And it is not fair, not just as far as values. It's not serving justice to you. And justice will come in, but this isn't their reading. This is your reading. So treat yourself better. Likewise, you're being stripped of internal beliefs that are failing you, perhaps externally as well. Read that. Whether this seems to be your choice or not, make no mistake. It is your own spirit in cahoots with the loving spirit of life that has brought this situation about. I said it. Universe will intervene. So you're being guided to trust. If you have also drawn the Oracle of Trust, we have not. Being guided to rely on life, but also your own inner knowing. At some level, you get it. You understand and know that this is all freeing you. There it is, right there. 6 of Swords. Calmer waters. After letting go, there comes a temporary emptiness that provides a greater space for fulfillment to come forth. Yeah. Let go on all levels. So, it's a difficult transition. It's hard to go through a tower. I'm not gonna lie. But you have all the power you need. Whether you're male or female, doesn't matter the type of relationship. But you've definitely been, you're not in a good, collaborative, healthy relationship, whatever it is, whether it's work, it's an intimate partnership, it's a friendship, it doesn't matter, whatever it is. You know, with the Lovers here and the 3 of Cups being what they are, the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Cups reversed, Justice reversed. I'm pretty inclined to feel that this is an intimate relationship that is very imbalanced. And whoever the Empress is in this situation, you have everything you need within. Even if you don't see it yet, it is there. You have everything you need within you. That seems to be a repeated theme. Maybe it's the Venus retrograde right now. I don't know much about Venus retrograde, but you might want to look it up if this is your story. Do be careful. I do know that for a lot of people, Mercury retrograde has a really big impact. That is not the time to make big decisions, typically, although I don't think this one's going to be as impactful as the last couple. So whoever this is for, it sounds kind of ironic to say happy birthday and congratulations. But the truth is, this is probably one of the best birthday presents you could get. It's a needed change that's going to benefit all parties, even though it may not feel or look like it at first. It will benefit all parties in the long run. So, I wish you the best of luck. And I'm just going to close out with letting you all know you are loved always and unconditionally. Namaste.